It was the summer of 2011. I had just finished my summer working with children and youth near my college town, and I was preparing to start my journey towards whatever was coming next. I had just begun to discover so much about myself. Why I needed to change majors, what I liked, who I liked. My world had finally started to come together. That is, until I had to face the biggest obstacle in my life, my anxiety. I had always been an anxious kid, and anyone who deals with anxiety realizes just how insidious it can be. You're always wondering if you're good enough, if things would work out, if people care, if what you do matters. These thoughts can paralyze you and can hold you back from seeing the fullness of who you are. They can prevent you from looking outside of yourself, from seeing the community and the world around you. In my case, it caused me to hide from myself and from others. But to hide in these moments of anxiety pulls you away from reaching out. These messages we tell ourselves in the midst of anxiety help build the walls that cut out the sun in our space. The warmth of the world feels like a humid, suffocating stickiness that envelops our minds and our judgment. And nobody needs to feel that kind of humidity in this winter well enough in the middle of the summertime. Yet, the thing that can offer us freedom and peace may be the one thing that we want to avoid the most in our lives: authenticity. Authenticity is the courageous choice. It puts forth your most vulnerable places and tells the world, I can handle your response. Being authentic over anxious compels you to find strength in your suffering, to rejoice in your turmoil, to lean in when you want to run, and to love yourself and others when love feels unattainable. And why? Because when you are authentically you, there's only space to accept, to love, and to share who you are and where you're headed next. In the summer of 2011, I read these words and I inscribed them on my class ring. I knew that I needed to face my authentic self, to lean towards sitting with my anxious thoughts, and to realize the power that comes from being me, fully me, no matter where my life journey would take me. This verse from the Christian Bible highlights the pull for authenticity and confession. It calls us to let others see our gentleness and to recognize that our anxiousness melts away upon confession to God, to our higher power, and most importantly, to others. It's through confession that we find peace that many may not understand if faced with many of life's stressors. As you go on today, breathe in the peace that comes from knowing who you are. Breathe out the voices that question what you know of yourself. Breathe in the peace that surpasses all understanding. Breathe out the barriers that push you from your authentic self. Breathe. Breathe. And breathe again. And remember that you are not made for anxiousness, but instead are worthy of a life filled